Personal loans have become increasingly popular in the UAE over the last few years, especially among the expats. As an expat living in the UAE, you may be wondering if you should take out a personal loan in the UAE or in your home country. Make sure to stay till the end of this video because we shall compare interest rates from the top banks in India, Pakistan, and the UAE. We shall also look into the eligibility criteria for taking personal loan in the UAE. Plus, we shall share some key tips to be considered before getting the personal loan. Let's get started. Wherever you decide to take a loan, the most important factor to be considered is the interest rate. But that's not all. The type of loan, secured or unsecured, the loan amount, the repayment period, and even processing fees can greatly impact your lending experience. Now let's first compare personal loan options across India, Pakistan, and the UAE. Here's a quick comparison. In India, banks like HDFC and SBI offer personal loans with interest rates ranging from 10% to 18%. In Pakistan, banks like HBL and MCB provide personal loans at rates between 15% to 27%, depending on loan tenure and type. And in the UAE, the table highlights that personal loan interest rates range from flat rates as low as 2.9% from Emirates NBD to reducing rates up to 20% on personal loans from Finance House, with most banks requiring a minimum salary of 3,000 dirhams to 5,000 dirhams and mandatory salary transfer is in the similar bank. You can apply for personal loan in Emirates NBD if you are a UAE resident and hold a valid visa, and if your salary is 5,000 or above. You can apply for a personal loan from a link in the description. From the link, first select your location, then confirm your nationality, write your name, email, and phone number, and press proceed. The interest rate varies significantly depending on various factors that we shall discuss later in the video. Keep watching, like, subscribe, and share the video. When deciding whether to take a loan in the UAE or your home country, let's first consider the pros and cons. If you take the loan in the UAE, number one advantage that you get is loans are processed quickly, especially for salaried individuals. Number two, banks offer competitive interest rates and special loan products are designed for expats. Number three is repayment is simple with installments automatically deducted from your UAE salary account. If we look at the cons of taking the loans in the UAE, number one is eligibility requirements can be strict, often requiring high salaries. Don't worry if your salary is below 3,000 dirhams, you can still apply for loan. Watch this video on how to get personal loan if your salary is below 3,000 dirhams. Number two, disadvantage can be that loans are tied to your residency and job, making them dependent on your visa status. Number third point is interest rates for expats may be higher compared to those offered to the UAE nationals. Now let's take a look what are the advantages and disadvantages of taking a loan in your home country. Number one, home countries often have more competitive or subsidized interest rates, especially for secured loans, for example, home or education loans. If your home currency is weaker, the loan repayment can become more affordable if you earn in dirhams. Number three, loans in your home country might offer longer repayment tenures and it will definitely ease the monthly financial pressure. If we talk about the cons, number one, if the exchange rate fluctuates unfavorably, it could increase the real cost of repaying the loan. If we talk about India and Pakistan, this is not the case. Number two, some loans from your home country might have restrictions on how the funds are used outside the country. Number three, transferring money monthly for loan repayment may incur transaction fees and delays. Now let's take a look at what are the key considerations before borrowing. Before you take a decision, keep these essential points in mind. Number one, interest rates and fees. Compare the total cost of the loan, including interest rates, processing fee, and hidden charges in both countries. Number two, purpose of the loan. For UAE specific needs, for example, rent or car purchase, a UAE loan might be simpler. For long-term investments or education in your home country, a local loan might be better. Number three, repayment stability. If you are planning to stay in the UAE for long-term, a UAE loan might be more convenient. If you are unsure about your UAE residency status, a home country loan reduces the risk of complications. Number four, currency exchange. Consider the impact of exchange rate fluctuations on repayments if earning and borrowing are in different countries. Number five, eligibility and terms. check where you can qualify for the best loan terms. Loan amount. Maximum loan amount is typically 20 times of your monthly salary depending on the bank's policy and your financial stability. Required documents. If we talk about the required documents, valid Emirates ID, passport with a valid UAE residency visa, salary certificate or proof of income, bank statements usually for the past 3 to 6 months, proof of employment or a trade license for self-employed individuals. Popular banks offering personal loan in UAE, number 1 is Emirates NBD, ADCB, Abu Dhabi Commercial Bank, Mashreq Bank, Dubai Islamic Bank and RAK Bank. Now let's quickly review the eligibility criteria for personal loans in the UAE. Minimum monthly salary should be at least 3,000 and in some banks it should be 10,000. Employment status, your company must be listed with the bank or it is a reputable company. Age between 21 and 60 years for salaried individuals. UAE resident must present a valid visa and Emirates ID. A good credit score is essential as assessed by the Al Ittihad Credit Bureau. 670 to 730 credit score is considered a good score. Take a loan in the UAE if your financial needs are local, you qualify for competitive rates and you plan to stay in the UAE for long term. Take a loan in your home country if interest rates are significantly lower, you have stable financial ties back home and you plan to return in the near future. Which option would you choose? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more insight into personal finance. See you in the next video. Take care.